My name is Daniel Westbrook, and I'm the owner of Westbrook Restorations, and we do a lot of historic home renovation. Some of the stuff that we do is on the exterior of these homes, and in this particular case, we're doing a mitered siding. This is a cedar, kiln-dried, vertical grain, A-grade cedar lap siding, and we're mitering all of these corners. Now, I wanted to show you this in a video so that you can see how much work goes into doing these correctly. They're very labor intensive, but it is a classic, beautiful look that actually, if done correctly, will stand the test of time. So the next thing we do is layout. Right behind me, you'll see our horizontal lines represent the top of our siding. One thing I want to point out is we like, when we're doing our outside mitered corners on these historic homes, is we like to install a string line which represents our outside corner. This gives us a point of reference so that we can keep our outside corners tight and straight as we are building this siding up the wall. Okay, so there are several different ways to cut the miters on the siding like this. In this case, we're using a slide compound miter saw. I've done these by hand. I've used compound miter saws. I've done these with a skill saw. There's a lot of different ways depending on the circumstance. In this case, we're using our slide compound saws. I want to show you that siding laps over like that, right? So these are going to turn into an angle cut. Now, in this case, what I've done is I've made a little block here that represents the top of the piece below. I've identified which side of the block, which side of the siding needs to be cut. We've already put our saw at an angle. Simply putting my siding in just like it would be sitting on the wall, and then cutting it. Okay, that gives us a little miter. Now the opposing piece, which is the long piece you see behind me over there on the wall, is this piece. We're going to be cutting this end. We need to cut it back. So we're going to take this block, we move it to the outside. Okay. Cut. If I can get it in there. Now, I have two joints that represent the angle that we want that will fit together. See that? See how nice that is? I'll show you the next step in a second. Okay, so here we are. We're going to measure each piece. This one's 42.5 to the inside point on the back side. Remember, we've already cut the miter. This piece was cut, rough cut. Now, we have the miter here. We're going to measure it from the inside point, cut off square with our second miter saw so we don't have to adjust the other one. Then we just put it in, find the corner. Sometimes you got to adjust it just a little bit. In this case, it's pretty easy. I'm kind of having to talk loud because it's a big rainstorm out right now here in Seattle. So yes, this can be done in the rain. Just like so, just going to put two nails in there so the compressor doesn't turn on. We like to use a tight bond exterior glue. Put that on there. Put it on pretty thick. Covers both sides. See how that glue's coming out of there? We really like to see that so we get a real excellent bond right there. Nail that in. I'll just use this to hold the top. Simply hit that with a little bit of sandpaper. I'll dress that up in a minute. Now, on this historic siding like this, there's a lot of videos on the internet on how to do siding like this. And I can tell you for a fact that as many joints as I've done on historic homes and historic siding, historic joinery like this, there is no one right way. Everybody thinks that they have the best way of doing it. Well, there is no one right way. The best way is hiring a contractor or a carpenter who is conscientious about what they're doing and who's willing to build something that's going to stand the test of time. My name's Daniel Westbrook. I'm the owner of Westbrook Restorations, and we'll talk to you later.